For more than half a century, mainstream science has lied to the general public about the age of dinosaur fossils in an effort to get people to believe in evolution. Everybody loves dinosaurs, especially children, which is why evolutionists hijack the dinosaurs. Atheists constantly tell us stories about these mysterious giant creatures being prehistoric to indoctrinate the next generation into evolution and ultimately atheism. Most liberal God-hating colleges, many science centers, and history museums tell us that they know all about the so-called prehistoric world, a world that formed on its own without God and that existed long before human history began, but that was destroyed by fire and dust. It's a fascinating story, but it's make-believe, and it doesn't make any sense. Evolutionists use a consensus of opinions to teach their dogma as irrefutable fact. Archaeologists have dug up fossilized dinosaur bones. Geophysicists have discovered a large crater in Mexico. Hollywood actors pretending to be geneticists and paleontologists confirm the story. Now the learning channels show us cartoons of a big rock hitting Earth and killing off the dinosaurs
65 million years ago.
And it's not just little kids who believe the cartoon. Scientific institutions like to use this catchphrase, millions of years, to capture people's imaginations. They say it over and over again because that's how brainwashing works. They'll claim dinosaur fossils are millions of years old, then charge you money to look at them. And then there are the fossils of all the species that so-called experts claim to be prehistoric and extinct until we find out, yep, they're still around. Institutions that control the artifacts control the narrative. To this day, some museums still display half-ape, half-human so-called Neanderthal men and tell us that their kind are tens to hundreds of thousands of years old. However, these cavemen are made of plastic. Meanwhile, the skulls and skeletons of real giants, stuff they would never show to the public, are locked away in inner rooms or destroyed. Because those artifacts don't fit the accepted evolutionary narrative. But there is not some secret science going on that you, the non-scientist, are incapable of understanding. We can dig deeper. The Bible gives us clues to solving this mystery. In addition to the scriptures, numerous other reliable sources offer us scientific and historical evidence that make a case for what really happened to the dinosaurs. So hold on to your butts, because we're about to see evidence that clearly shows dinosaur fossils are not millions of years old. Contrary to popular opinion, dinosaurs lived thousands of years ago. And yes, there was a mass extinction level event, but it was not a big rock from outer space that killed them. The real killer was something already here on Earth: water. In recent years, numerous scientists have begun to find soft tissue inside dinosaur fossils. The authors behind Wonders of Creation share this scientific discovery. To her amazement, while she was at Montana State University in 2005, paleontologist Mary Schweitzer found soft tissue in the femur bone of a fossilized Tyrannosaurus rex dinosaur. Blood vessels and vertebrae-specific proteins like collagen and elastin have been found inside fossilized dinosaur bones discovered at excavations in and around the Hell Creek Formation in Montana. These findings have been corroborated by multiple independent research labs, and they're not the only ones to find this. Back in 2012, Dr. Mark H. Armitage, a published scientist of over 30 years who holds an MS in biology, specifically parasitology, was fired from a public university in California after sharing his own discovery. All he did was share with people what he had found. Under a high-powered microscope, he observed biomaterial in the form of soft tissue, bone cells, and blood clots inside the horn of a triceratops. Dr. Armitage estimates the age of this particular triceratops fossil he studied to be at most 4,000 years old. Dr. Carl Baugh, director and founder of Creation Evidence Museum in Glen Rose, Texas, has documented an extraordinary find that was made in the Paluxy riverbed of Texas back in 2000. An amateur archaeologist on one of Dr. Baugh's dino digs discovered dinosaur footprints and human footprints in the same piece of Cretaceous period rock. Baugh offers us a description of this ancient artifact. This fossil of dense Glen Rose limestone consists of dinosaur footprint, Acrocanthosaurus, and an 11-inch human footprint intruded by the dinosaur print. The fossil was transported to a professional laboratory where 800 X-rays were performed in a CT scan procedure. Laboratory technicians verified compression and distribution features clearly seen in both prints, human and dinosaur. Basically, they proved that it's not a fake. Then there is the oddity of the locations in which dinosaur fossils can be found. Offshore drilling in the North Sea near Norway resulted in the discovery of one land-dwelling dinosaur fossil by the name of Plateosaurus. Some scientists believe that a tsunami-like wave washed this creature out to sea. It was buried offshore in a sedimentary deposit of mudstone more than 1.5 miles deep. We do not have a complete picture of the history of dinosaurs. We only know about the ones that were fossilized. For example, to date, worldwide, only 30 complete skeletons of T-Rex have ever been discovered. That's it. We have 30 of them on the entire planet. The appearance of different species of dinosaurs in the fossil records is a complete cluster. Some dinosaur fossils are buried deep within the ground. Others are close to the surface. Some dinosaur fossils are buried just a couple inches beneath the dirt. You could excavate them with a toothbrush. Curiously, at excavation sites around the world, many of these dino fossils are found in an unnatural position, with their spines arched to the max and their heads pointing up as if they were gasping for air as they died by drowning. God made the dinosaurs, even the wild ones. God determined their size and strength. These creatures were majestic and beautiful. The first of their kind were ancient, not prehistoric. Each survived in the unique habitat and climate it was made for. They did not hunt and kill each other, not at first. Only later did some become meat eaters, real killers. In the original order and arrangement of things, all higher life forms like animals, fish, and birds ate only plants. For a time, every kind of wildlife, even the great beasts of the earth, were a part of paradise. Now, in this earlier, more fertile world, the climate was tropical. The air and water were pure and uncontaminated. Underground springs watered the vegetation. Ancient plant life was abundant. Fruits and vegetables grew from nutrient-rich soil and could be harvested with ease. A shield of crystallized hydrogen protected Earth's upper atmosphere from harmful solar radiation. Earth's atmospheric pressure was greater. The air's oxygen content was higher. This planet's electromagnetic field was stronger, and so the plants and animals and humans lived much longer than they do today. Some lived for centuries. But in Noah's generation, the world had become corrupted by the tampering with of human genetics. Fallen angels sought to destroy humanity. It was in those days there were giants. These abominations were a part of an ancient, non-human civilization. And so God destroyed the world of that time with a great flood. Later in history, mankind would see the rise of giants again. But that's another story. Now, as a Christian and a student of the Bible, I am not fully sure if all dinosaurs remained a part of God's animal kingdom as Noah built the ark, or if they had somehow become corrupted and were no longer a part of that original order. Although we do not know for certain, there may have been all kinds of land-dwelling dinosaurs aboard Noah's ark. There certainly was space. For the ark did not house every species of animal we see today, but only the original ancestors of every kind of land-dwelling creature, 2 of each, 1 male and 1 female. For example, there were not 2 of every breed of dog known to man aboard the ark. Only the original 2 ancestors of their kind, 1 male, 1 female, and they were probably 2 pups. If 2 adolescent elephants were aboard the ark, then it's not hard to imagine how there could have been a pair of small juvenile sauropods. If a young giraffe could fit, then so could a baby brontosaurus. Is a triceratops really so different from a rhinoceros? It's possible that there were the eggs of dinosaurs aboard the ark, but not every kind of creature to exit the ark survived Earth's new post-flood climate. There are limits to how much any species can change and adapt. After a flood of water swept over Earth's single supercontinent, nature became a much harsher place to live and survive in. In the post-flood world, at different times in history, in various regions, there were brief ice ages, some lasting decades and some even centuries. This may have been the period when ancient mammals like the woolly mammoth and saber-toothed tiger went extinct. So too, reptiles like T-Rex and Velociraptor vanished from the earth. Thus, the terrible lizard met its doom. By water or by cold and ice. It's interesting to note that toward the end of the book of Job, we find a written account of a living dinosaur described in some detail. God told Job to look at Behemoth. Job was not studying a fossil. Behemoth was a living creature, and its kind existed at the beginning of this age, no more than 6,000 years ago. God said, "Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. What strength it has in its loins, what power in the muscles of its belly. Its tail sways like a cedar, the sinews of its thighs are close knit. Its bones are tubes of bronze, its limbs like rods of iron. Under the lotus plants it lies, hidden among the reeds in the marsh. The lotuses conceal it in their shadow, the poplars by the streams surround it. A raging river does not alarm it. We also have Job's account of a giant sea creature called Leviathan. This living sea monster was known to challenge and terrorize sailors at sea. It was impervious to fishing nets. Harpoons and spears were useless against it. Using bronze and iron tools and weapons was like attacking it with toothpicks. It was a fearsome creature. But here's another clue. Fighting Leviathan with bronze and iron tools and weapons. And remember, Behemoth is described as having bones like tubes of bronze and limbs like rods of iron. Secular historians estimate that the Bronze Age ended and the Iron Age began around 1200 BC. So we're talking post-flood. Many biblical scholars believe that Job lived before the time of Moses and the Mosaic Law, sometime before 1400 BC, and perhaps in the patriarchal period, possibly around the time of Abraham, as early as 2000 BC, which means Job lived in the post-flood world, which also means Behemoth and Leviathan, that is, their kinds, lived before and after the flood. Their kind survived the flood. From throughout history, we have stories of humans coming in contact with living dinosaurs. Dragons may have, in fact, been the name earlier generations gave to dinosaurs. We also have real-world eyewitness accounts and actual artifacts depicting the size and appearance of these creatures. Evidence of humans and dinosaurs being alive at the same time spans centuries. If you search online, you can easily find pics of an old 16th century painting that depicts living dinosaurs alongside people from that time period. There's a carving of a once living Stegosaurus on a 12th century Cambodian temple. An artifact from Iraq's ancient Mesopotamia Uruk period, a jasper cylinder seal, estimated to date back to 3000 BC or older, depicts two species of living dinosaurs, some sort of sauropod, and a flying pterodactyl. And deep in the Congo, we have indigenous peoples, as well as explorers and missionaries, who have reported seeing living dinosaurs. Locals call this one that lives in the Congo Basin Mokele Mbembe. Turning back the pages of recorded history, the timeline of human civilization's progress goes back as far as the Tower of Babel. Babel means confusion. Historians and archaeologists know very little about the pre-flood world. Lineages and languages trace back to this time. Then recorded history abruptly ends. Artifacts and architecture got mixed up in the flood, and some things were completely destroyed and washed away. It is a lost world. About 4,400 years ago, something happened that destroyed the world of that time. We, the ignorant public, were told that dinosaurs lived in the Mesozoic era, made up of the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. We are told that these lasted for 186 million years and ended some 65 million years ago. Where did this novel idea come from? It's based entirely on an attempt to date the different layers of sedimentary rock we find around the world. For example, the so-called Triassic period comes from 3 distinct rock layers that are found in Germany and Northwest Europe. That's it. And the evolutionists give these solidified layers of dirt Latin names so that what they're saying sounds very intellectual and oh so official. How stupid do they think we are? Yes, different periods of time were involved in the formation of sedimentary rock layers in Earth's geologic column. Because there were different periods or phases of rapid and catastrophic change during and after an ancient worldwide flood. Shafts within the crust of the earth burst open. Superheated waters surged upward from deep underground. The seafloor opened up. It rained for 40 days and nights. The waters rose greatly. There was major plate tectonic activity. There was epic volcanic activity. And the world's superocean swelled and flooded its supercontinent for 150 days. This created tremendous water pressure pushing down upon the super nutrient-rich soil and mineral-rich sediment that covered the land. Mud and minerals mixed, dead bodies floated and sank, uprooted trees floated, then sank. Some of these trees were even fossilized in a vertical position. Many different organisms became fossilized in the various layers. Only after 40 days and nights the rain stopped. After 150 days the springs of the deep closed. The waters began to recede. After half a year, Noah's Ark came to rest on a mountain. After a full year, the land had become habitable again. Noah's flood lasted for about 1 year. The geological and archaeological evidence for Noah's flood is compelling. People have found graveyards of fossilized whale skeletons in the middle of deserts in Egypt and Chile. In 2015, construction workers unearthed a whale fossil buried in the dirt at the top of a mountain in California. All kinds of marine fossils have been discovered on Mount Everest, and numerous dinosaurs appear to have drowned. The unusual position many dinosaur fossils are found in is so common, scientists have a name for it. They call it the death pose. How long were the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods, really? The geological and oceanographic forces that created these terrain features lasted only months. Months, not millions of years. Which is not hard to accept when you understand that there's only one thing on this planet that could have created so much sedimentary rock worldwide. A worldwide flood of water. And an atmosphere once protected by waters above the sky was transformed when the floodgates of heaven were opened. Now, in the post-flood world, shortwave solar radiation from the sun's rays began to bombard the planet with greater intensity. Now the sun radiated the earth in a way that it had not before. For some time, scientists have understood radioisotope dating, or radiometric dating, estimates the age of rocks from the decay of their radioactive elements. Certain atoms decay over time. For example, uranium will radioactively decay through a series of steps until it becomes the stable element lead. But today, scientists are just now discovering that radiocarbon decay is not a constant, and that a mere sudden increase in solar radiation destroys the half-life of radioisotopes. which makes all forms of radiometric dating grossly inaccurate. Teams of scientists at multiple universities, Ben Gurion, Stanford, Purdue, have concluded after extensive research, solar activity such as solar flares can completely change measurements of radioactive decay. A change of millions of years between the measured age and the real age of radioactive matter. Think about it. Recovered meteorites have been bombarded with more solar radiation than any other rock on the planet. So even though radiometric dating may show us that these rocks are millions of years old, the truth is, we don't know how old or young they really are. Consider this newly formed rock from the 1986 Mount St. Helens eruption was dated to be as old as 2.8 million years. Solidified lava rocks from New Zealand, formed from volcanic activity in 1949, 1954, and 1975, were sent to a respected commercial laboratory in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The ages of the rocks ranged from 0.27 to 3.5 million years old. Yet these rocks are less than a century old. Besides carbon-14 dating, there exist other dating methods which are said to be infallible. A lot of money is involved in the science business, and professional reputations are on the line. Don't expect recognized national scientific institutions to ever admit we were wrong. Some scientists even claim to know for a fact that Earth is 4.5 billion years old, which would mean that Earth has orbited the Sun 4.5 billion times with the same mass, same speed, at the same distance, without fail, for no reason at all. Huh? When God said, "Let there be light," He did not have to wait billions of years for light to show up. The Bible reveals God stretched forth the heavens. Even science proved this is possible with Einstein's law of relativity. Now we know that the fabric of space-time can be stretched. In fact, this stretching of space is what creates gravity around massive celestial objects like moons and planets and stars. This means you can't tell the age of space by looking at the size of space. How old is the universe? You can't just count light years to get the answer. Only God knows. God made the stars. What we do know for certain is that we've been lied to about the origin and age of this world. We've been lied to by experts. I'm okay, this is fine.
Lie awake in the morning,
65 million years ago.
light upon her skin.
65 million years ago.
Coffee cup
65
before
million years ago.
the day begins. Don't
Everything's fine.
stay a
Millions
while,
of years.
we'll slow it all the
Millions of years. Millions of years. Millions of years. These slides, they're so entertaining. So So what are fossils anyway? And how do they get made? You don't have to be a geologist or paleontologist to understand any of this. Layers of sedimentary rock have been found on every continent on Earth, including Antarctica. The widespread formation of this unique type of rock in regions all over the world is highly unusual. So are the dead remains of once living things that became fossilized. Most creatures that die decompose. End of story. Sedimentary rock is not normal. Fossils are not normal. Dying and turning into stone is not normal. Fossilization occurs when an organism dies and gets buried by sediment very rapidly, whereby minerals transported by mud and water enter its decaying bones and solidify, turning a once living thing into stone. But it's not a long process. Scientists using heat and pressure have baked biomass in a lab to form a fossil in just 24 hours. Speaking of heat and pressure, it should be understood that diamonds can also be formed quickly. Taking between 1 to 2 weeks, scientists have made lab-grown diamonds identical chemically, physically, optically to natural mined diamonds. In fact, it doesn't take millions of years to create diamonds, a fossil, or sedimentary rock. Most of the sedimentary rock layers found throughout this planet are the result of mineral-rich sediment, floodwaters, and tremendous pressure, not tremendous time. As any good construction worker will tell you, concrete can harden overnight. The geologic column does not tell us the age of Earth. It does not measure time at all. It shows us layers upon layers of sedimentary rock formed by waves upon waves of water and dirt. And polystrate trees tower vertically through these rock layers as a testament to the fact that we've been lied to. These fossilized tree formations provide indisputable proof that the surrounding rock layers are not millions of years old, or thousands, or even hundreds. This world's fossils and sedimentary rock layers formed very rapidly in a catastrophic event that took place in a single year, but the truth has been buried.
Hi, Dinosaurs. Hello, Stegosaurs. Hello, Triceratops. Hello, Pterodactyl. Hi, T-Rex.
I've given you enough piggyback rides today.
One more, just one. Yahoo!
In conclusion, the Bible does not talk about the age of the universe or the age of earth. The Bible talks about the age of man. If you do the math in Genesis, you'll find that human history is roughly 6,000 years and that a worldwide flood took place around 4,400 years ago. The antediluvian age, the span of time from the creation of man to the time of the flood, marks the age of dinosaurs. These spectacular creatures lived in ancient times up until the time of a mass extinction level event known as Noah's flood. Dinosaurs existed in the ancient world alongside humans thousands of years ago. They were ancient, not prehistoric. Along with the first man and woman, the original ancestors of all kinds of dinosaurs were created by God at the beginning of this age. Behemoth and Leviathan were among the giant creatures that lived in this pre-flood world. That there exist dinosaur fossils throughout the world is a sign of a worldwide flood, not a fiery comet impact. In the centuries that followed, their kind died off. Perhaps there are some species of dinosaurs in remote regions that remain to this day, endangered but not extinct. Of course, godless and biased scientific institutions do not acknowledge any of this, and they attack anyone who does, because all of these different discoveries absolutely destroy evolution's timeline, and they support the Bible's account of creation. This is why some suppress the truth. Everybody loves dinosaurs, but not everybody loves God. This mystery about the age of dinosaurs may not be central to the Christian faith, but it is an important topic for Christians to be ready to speak on. Because the truth points to God.
we're ready?
Yes.